Okay, YouTubers, you can hear me all right? Got the heater going out here. We got our cold snap, so it's the high today is 55. It's not raining outside. And I wanted to bring the temperature up in the garage a little bit because I'm going to seal this tank. I bought this KBS kit. It comes with a cleaner that you see over there. It's a 3-part system. So it's a cleaner. You pour that diluted 1-to-1 with water, pour it in the tank, swish it around for 30 minutes. My tank wasn't that dirty. Then pour it out, you rinse it out until it runs clean. Then you use the rust blast, which is step 2. You pour that in straight and then swish it around, and you spend about 30 minutes to an hour, I think the instruction sheet says. And you rotate your tank every which way, every 5 minutes. You know, you change your position. And then you rinse it out until it's clean. I put the old stuff back in the bottle, just using a funnel there. This is the bucket I was pouring the water and everything through. So I've already done that. And now I'm getting to the tank sealer. This particular kit will do up to a 5-gallon tank. This is a 4-gallon tank, so it should be plenty. You need to seal your petcock and your fuel levelers here. And I just used some duct tape, would probably work, but this is what I had laying around with some of this 3M heating duct tape. And it seems to work pretty good. It worked good for the cleaner and the rust stop. So, but you want to have these sealed up really good. I pulled out my petcock. I restored it several months ago, and I'm going to use one of these screws after I'm finished. These screw into the tank. And you probably can't see, but that's where the holes are. That's actually where the fuel comes out. And then there's 2 screws that go in there. And so after I fill it and drain it out, I'm going to make sure that I run the screw in and out a couple of times so that the sealer does not get in the grooves there and the taps, so that the screws don't work, obviously. I also use, put this over here, I also use this tape to go right over the top like this after I have the sealer in, and it does a really good job. This stuff is really thick. There's YouTube videos. I've watched several of them. And basically we're going to do the same thing. But with this, we don't shake or anything. We're just going to roll the tank around and let this goo get into all the crevices inside the tank. And I'm probably going to spend about an hour. I'll have my phone out here, and every 5 minutes I'll roll the tank all the way around, and then I'll set it on a different angle. And then after 5 minutes, I'll roll the tank all the way around, and then I'll set it at a different angle. Because you really just want this stuff to seep in on the inside and get all around it. And then, like I said, we will drain this. This is a one-time use product. You don't seal it back up. You leave the cap off after you drain it. I don't expect I'll get a lot out, to be honest with you. If you do it right anyway with this size of tank. And then you let this set for at least 96 hours. I'm getting ready to head back out on the road, so it'll set there for a week, and then it'll be ready to take gas. Let's see if I can light over here, if you can see in there. After doing the cleaning, there's a little bit of surface rust in there. Yeah, it's just hard to do the camera and the light. But there's a lot of, what do they call it, zinc. You know, that phosphorus, white, powdery stuff. And again, this it's a really good kit. Comes with good instructions here. I think I paid $40 through Amazon. It's a little bit cheaper than the rd350. But I like it because this sealer is supposed to be like a gray, silvery color, where the rd350 is like a red color. I know that seems kind of petty, but I want my tank to look, the inside of it to look like a tank, not a red, you know, beach ball or something. This stuff down here, like I said, the blast here, it's got a lot of muriatic acid in it, which, if you remember, I had used muriatic acid previously, and you can smell it. It smells exactly the same. Only this has got some additives in it. Like I said, it's got the zinc, which is going to protect it from re-rusting. And I actually did this step in the clean. I don't remember if it was yesterday or day before, I think, because it rained yesterday. And I didn't want to do it when it was raining and cold. Today, at least it's sunny out, but it's still kind of chilly. 55 is the high. So that's where we're at. I'm going to stir this up and pour it in and start the process. I probably won't show you because there's really not going to be a lot to see until it's finished. And you can't really see down in the tank anyway. But at the end of today, I should have the tank sealed. And then it'll probably be another week before I do anything. I don't know if I showed you, this is from the painting the other day. It all looks really, really great. It turned out good. I still need to sand it down. This is just the filler primer. So this is not the final primer. But at least it protected it from the rust. Which with this cold and rain, it would have rusted like nothing. So I'll sand this down with 420, 500, well, you know, or whatever. Might touch it up if I need to fill in any spots, but I took it down to bare metal, so there really shouldn't be a lot. Then we'll hit it with the final primer, which I haven't decided what to do on that yet. And sand it to like a 600-800, and then it'll be ready for the base coat. Which again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do all that. I may just send this all out to be done. Yeah, it's something I got to decide. I've also got to order. The tank has got 73 had like a big swoosh mark down the side here. Plenty of, I think, Diablo Cycle. It's a Canadian company, and it's going to cost me like $70 for the tank emblems. And there's an emblem that, if you remember, it goes on the side there. It says torque induction, and then I've got the 350 badges, which go on there. But I've got to buy, when I got this, it did not have the Yamaha emblems. I have found reproduction ones, but they're like $54 a piece. So, and of course you got to get a left and a right. So that may be my Christmas present to myself. So that's where we're at, guys. Just wanted to give you an update on the status of everything. This is all cured. It's Saturday morning now. So it's been over a week since I did the black parts with the VHT. If you remember remember when I did the frame. So we're going to get ready to start maybe doing a little bit of assembly out here once I get the tank done, which I can do during the winter with my little torpedo heater here, other than it's a little loud. So yeah, that's where we're at. Stay tuned for more in the coming weeks, and hopefully by Christmas or into Christmas, we'll have this thing all together. I'm not sure if I'll have it painted in these parts. Like I said, I gotta do some research, get prices. But we'll have this thing mostly together, fired up, tuned, hopefully. And then we can start the title work, which will probably take a couple months to get a title and plates and all that stuff. So it'll be ready for a spring debut, so to speak, by the time we get this all taken care of. So, all right, so it's warm enough. It's probably in the 60s here in the garage. Just a little light jacket's all you need out here, which is kind of nice. And I'll get this started. Thanks for watching. Okay, YouTubers, here we go. I brought the tank in after I finished. It's been about an hour or two, probably longer. I got the light on my camera, so hopefully we can see a little bit in there. And you can see it's a nice silvery gray. There's no rust anymore. I really, really like how this KBS turned out. Very, very satisfied with it. It did take a little bit longer to cure, and I think that's because I was on the cold side of what they recommend. I think it said 75 to 85 was ideal, and I was probably 65, maybe 70 when it was out in the garage there. Let's see if I get that to focus. But you can see how it's that nice silver color. It's formed really nice to the bottom. I drained, you're supposed to drain it for about 30 minutes. So I drained it for about 30 minutes. There was still a little bit in there that I just could not get out. I kept, turn this now. Took the tape off the petcock, and then I took that screw that I think I showed you earlier, that goes in these holes here. This is tapped for screw, and that's what holds your petcock on. Put a little bit of oil on the screw, just some 3-in-1 oil, not a lot. Ran it through, just kind of twisted it and unscrewed it, and then wiped it off. And each time I put it down and brought it out, it would bring a little bit of that silvery grayish crud out of there. It was cleaning them out of those threads in there. I don't know if it'll focus. Yeah, a little bit. You can see it's a little oily there. You don't really want to drop drops of oil down in there because that will ruin the rest of your tank. So I just applied it to the screw and then screwed it in and would back it out and screwed it in, back it out. And I did that, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. I took my, for these, and this is what moves the gas. There's a gas line that goes between these two valves here. I just powered up my air compressor and pushed a little bit of air through there so I could hear the air coming out. That way I know that the liquid didn't, plug up the stuff on the inside there. And then, like I said, I drained it for about 30 minutes, maybe 40, just trying to get as much as I could, and most of it came out through the petcock here, which is fine because I, did the screw thing to get that out. And then I rolled it around again, 5 minutes on this side, and then rolled it around 5 minutes on that side, until you really could not see it moving anymore when you were looking in the top of the tank, and you didn't have any, coming out here from the sides. So That worked out really, really well for me. And like I showed you there, just brought it inside and set it up inside here, being watched after by the Tungao. She's sleeping now. Tungao. Hi, pretty. Yes. Then we went to dinner and dropped by Hobby Lobby. I picked up some just 1-inch poly foam and a can of this multi-purpose spray adhesive, and it actually says on here that it's good for foam, metals, fabrics, all different kinds of things. So sprayed the bottom of this. Then the polyfoam I had laid out here, I sprayed it and wait about 90 seconds. Push it together and just kind of hold it down. You can see there that it's really conformed down into the grooves. Then I took if I still have it out here or not, yeah, just regular old razor blade, whatever, and went around the edges and just kind of trimmed them down, formed the foam, so that I've got a nice base there. So maybe tomorrow, probably will wait till next week. I'll put the foam back on because this is the original 45-year-old foam. I'll put it back on the seat, and I'll just take that and spray this down, and I'll spray the back of the seat, the metal seat that I painted black earlier out in the garage, and then made them together and put some weight on them for 5 or 10 minutes, and that should do it. I also sprayed some of that. This was the original, I guess, plastic covering that goes over the foam before you put the seat cover on here. So I just sprayed a couple places. You can see here that's the old glue that they had sprayed on, one in the top and one in the back. Did a couple things there, a couple things there. I think I did one in the center, and then just straightened this out so that it clung to that. And that's really, this plastic is really just to make the vinyl seat go on and adjust better. That's the whole purpose. So that's really what I've gotten done this week or this weekend. We'll focus here. There we go. So yeah, next weekend I'll finish up that seat and then maybe start putting together maybe the back wheel, maybe the front wheel, get to the point where I can start doing some assembly. So thanks for watching, guys.